Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Black Mesa, so let's do it properly this time. So here you can have a first glimpse of Zen. I think it was already in the base game, the base release of the mod already, sort of to whet your appetite. Now, I think this is actually an incorrect way of doing CPR. Like, I'm not an expert on that, or not even trained, but I'm pretty sure you have to have your arms not bent, because if you bend them, there's not enough force. I'm pretty sure this is the wrong technique. Now, as you can see, Black Mesa actually introduces Half-Life 2 style physics, which is actually incorporated into some of the puzzles.
Listen, I tried to warn them.
I never thought I'd see a resonance cascade, let alone create one. By Schrodinger's cat, he's alive.
Gordon! Thank God for that hazard suit. All the phones are out. I can't reach anyone in the facility. You need to get to the surface and let someone know that we're stranded down here. There's no telling what kind of danger is there.
Fascinating. Would you look at that?
I'm certain the rest of the science team will help you along the way. And for God's sake, keep that suit on until you're in the clear. You hear me? I've got to find someplace safe for Isaac, so I can go find my family. I fear the worst.
Now here you can actually witness the first steps of Kleiner's fascination with the headcrabs.
What an interesting anterior. I wonder where its stomach is. Hello? Ooh, you certainly want out, don't you? My, you're a cute little thing, aren't you? I'd almost hate to have to dissect one of these.
Okay, I think that's all he has to say. Excuse me, I need to pause for a second, be right back. Okay, I'm back. So let's continue. Now, interestingly enough, in Black Mesa, you don't get your crowbar for a longer amount of time than you did in the original, which makes this initial area a little more tense, because you don't really have the way to fight the enemies, such as the Headcrabs. Now, I actually vividly remember this part from the original, because there was a moment in a second there where the laser beam actually cuts a security guard in half, and I'm not sure, yeah, right here. I'm not sure why they botched it this way in Black Mesa, because as you can see, he just falls into pieces and it's quite comical, whereas in the original it was actually a unique animation that literally cut him in 2 halves. You know, it separated his legs from his torso, and I thought it was much more effective in portraying the horribleness of that. Unfortunately, I can't read that, it's too blurry. That's kind of disappointing. Yeah, I think originally you got your crowbar somewhere around this elevator, and you had to break open the door. But here, unfortunately, you have to kill them, because you have to call the elevator, which makes the cables snap and they fall, which is quite heartbreaking actually. Oh, maybe you don't have... No, I think it happens on its own. Yeah. Interesting. So it's almost like the game has foreseen that you might not want to do that, and it makes it happen anyway at some point, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to proceed. I actually didn't know that.
Gordon? Gordon! Man, am I glad to see you. What the hell are these things, man? And why are they wearing science team uniforms?
Now, it's actually...
Let's get the hell out of here.
It's actually quite a lot of fun to work with the NPCs in this game, because not only are they smarter and more effective than in the original, but they also have a lot of unique voice lines, which makes them feel more alive, and it makes you feel like you have a true companion. That's why I always try to keep them alive and to interact with them. With the guard, you have to... because he follows you, so you have to back down so that he backs down with you, and thus increases the distance between him and the enemies. Because otherwise he's just going to stand... he's just going to stand very close to them and get mauled by the zombies. Now you can actually explore those offices, and it's worth it because there are often batteries and other consumables in them. I don't think there are any in this particular one, but it's still worth a visit, just in case.
Let me get out of your way there.
Now, you do get a unique weapon compared to the original, because you do get flares.
Jesus, this place is in bad shape.
Which you can throw at the enemies to literally make them combust. isn't he shooting? Okay, there are some batteries here. As you can see, the guard, even with the basic pistol, is already pretty effective, to be honest. And as I said, it's cool to have them with you, just because you get those unique comments, and I really feel, you know, a sense of companionship with them. I'll check this office, just in case. Okay, there's a zombie, so we have to back down for the guard to shoot them, because I don't have any flares here. There's another one. Oh, he already shot both of them. He's actually pretty good. Okay, there's nothing in here apparently. And still, it was worth checking out, just in case.
Sorry,
Come on, shoot him.
Got another one.
Well, funnily enough, there's a headcrab in the microwave now, but I don't think you can cook him, even though there is literally a headcrab setting. Oh, you can. Well, look at that. Now, you can also drink soda to replenish your health, which, you know, only replenishes 1 point per pop, but it's still useful when you're really low on health, as an emergency of sorts. You get a limited amount, I think around 10? So, you know, 10 health can be actually quite a lot in a dangerous situation.
Grab what you gotta grab, but don't dawdle.
Okay, there's a zombie over here. It's going to stand up in a moment, I think. Now, there's someone, I think it's either a security guard's locker or someone who has been in the military, because he has some ammunition for the pistol, and he also has this sign, "No ridiculous ties." Nothing to see here, but unfortunately the guy that needed the toilet paper has also changed into a zombie, which is, you know, pretty unfortunate death to be
Did you see that shot?
to be mutilated by a headcrab while you're on a crapper.
Buddy back home is gonna believe this.
Okay.
Let's see how you like this.
Come on, back down.
You laughed for it.
Because it's actually pretty easy for him to die if he gets mauled by the zombies. So you have to sort of guide him into a proper position so that it doesn't happen. Come on.
You feeling lucky?
Now, interestingly, Black Mesa has actually added a security guard variant zombie. As you can see, he's wearing the garb and the vest of a security guard. I always thought it was cool that it differentiates between those, and it also adds a marine variant at a later point. Now, if you bring it here,
Okay, I'm gonna try to call for help. You gotta get to the admin office upstairs. There's got to be somebody there who can fix this.
yeah, so he actually tries to radio
Come
for
in,
help.
anybody. This is Sector C, Anomalous Materials. We have an emergency situation here. I repeat, we have a code red emergency situation here. Possible biocontaminations.
Now, I think it is really cool that the mod tries to provide, in-universe
Hello?
excuses for the various NPCs to be unable to accompany you further, because, the practical excuse is the NPCs can't crouch, so he wouldn't be able to follow you through here. But it's cool that the game tried to come up with a sensible reason for him to stay in-universe. I'm going to take that just because there's a headcrab around the corner and I don't really have a weapon to deal with it. I think there's one more in here. Nope. There is nothing that interesting here. There's just this this guard actually. I think it was a scientist in the original. But there is also, I think, maybe I'm wrong. I was pretty sure there was something else here. Be misremembering that. Well, I guess that's it then. Let's proceed. Oh, actually, before I do, I wanted to try and read that conversation now that I have the zoom. Yeah, so I think all of those quotes are actually quotes from the original Half-Life that the scientists used to say, and they have this back and forth of nonsense, stock phrases. Have you seen my coffee cup? Don't be ridiculous. Why do we all have to wear those ridiculous ties? I'm not at all sure. Yeah, and the pictures are from the original Half-Life as well. Okay, so that's that for this location. Let's continue over here. And this is actually where you get the crowbar in Black Mesa. I think there's a health station somewhere around here. Not that it matters that much at this point. I pretty much have almost full health. Now you can witness an interesting scene over here where the scientist actually fights headcrabs. It's also recreated almost one by one from the original Half-Life. He defeats one of them, but gets attacked by the other one. Now, I'm not sure why, but when I played the original Half-Life as a kid, this scene has always frightened and creeped me out. This zombie just having a seizure in front of the blue screen of death on the computer. I'm not sure what's that about. It may be the fact that you only see the flashes of it, and it seems more mysterious and more dangerous this way. But I was always frightened by this scene when I used to play Half-Life as a kid. Unfortunately, you can't help this guy. Which is pretty unfortunate, because he died very close to that first aid station. Now you have a first glimpse of the sort of physics-based puzzles of Black Mesa. There are a lot of them. They are not difficult, but they are still cool. It's, you know, another element enriching the game and making it more similar to Half-Life 2 and its utilization of the technology.
Power 25%. Power 40%.
Again, I have no idea what any of that is about. Now there's a cheekily positioned explosive barrel here, because if you are too haphazard with your crowbar, you can actually hit it, you know, by accident and blow yourself up. It's actually the ability of the zombies to throw objects at you is also something that wasn't in the original, I think. It's from Half-Life 2. Now here you... Okay, that's a very unfortunate death. Although I guess the other guy's death is more unfortunate. In a second there, you can see another sighting of the G-Men, that being the third one in the game so far. There's a bunch of Barnacles here. Oh frick, I got caught by one of them. Okay, I actually can't go through here. Yeah, there is the G-Man again. I really like those, you know, looking for those and catching the glimpse of him in the background. It's all sort of ominous. Now, the Hound Eyes are actually much more dangerous in Black Mesa than they ever were in Half-Life 1. The shockwave deals a lot of damage and it also pushes you back. Okay, I think I have to go through here. Now there is a I think there's a scientist around here that can actually open a secure door for you, provided he doesn't get killed. So it's best to first scout the area and kill all of the opposition. Yeah, he's right here.
Thank God. Listen, I know where you can find some more weaponry. There's a security office not far from here. Take me with you, and I'll unlock the door.
Okay.
Lead the way, Gordon.
I just have to be careful to protect him from... I think you have to use this to open the door. One of the doors, yeah. Are you coming? Or did he got scared?
Godspeed, Doctor. Excelsior!
You have to protect him from the enemies. Fortunately...
Wait! Maybe we can reason with it.
I don't think so.
Sensational!
Yes.
Safe haven. Oh. Well, at any rate. Over there's the weapons I spoke of. I've had my fill for excitement today. You're welcome to stay if you want. You go on ahead. I'll catch up. I've got my little corner, and I'm sticking to it. This is as far as I go.
Now, I'm actually curious, how did this security guard die? Because the door was closed, and there do not seem to be like a hole in the wall or a vent that an enemy could have snuck through. So I guess the only two choices are he either hit his head during the commotion and had an accident and died, or the more brutal and sad possibility is he...
God, what have we done?
Seeing what has happened, he straight up killed himself, like he shot himself with a gun. Okay, I'll take pistol and crowbar on quick select, because actually if you click the Q button, you can quickly change between the previous last two weapons, which is pretty useful in a lot of combat scenarios. Now I'm supposed to stick this here, and it opens a door on the lower level, I think. I think somewhere around here. Nope. Ah, okay, around here. It even glows green. Now, finally, you can get headcrabs caught by a barnacle if you... come on. If you position yourself... Frick! It's a little bit tricky. Oh, come on. Yeah, if you position yourself correctly, and it actually eats them. Which is pretty cool, although a little bit, you know, unpolished on the animation side, because you could see the model of the headcrab sticking out. it's a first verticount. You're going to encounter right here. Freak. Wow, it really brutalized me. I think it gets additional attacks based on Half-Life 2 that weren't there in the original game.
Is that you? Is it safe? Ah! Oh dear. I do believe I soiled myself. Run along, Freeman. I've some sordid business to attend to.
Yeah, those verticons really do pack a punch in this. Like, I went from full health and a bit of suit energy right to 52 health. So that's a pretty large loss right there. Now I'm taking the Barnacles out because in a moment it's going to actually be pretty difficult to avoid them. So it's just safer to kill them. Because you have to unplug the water to reach the other what's the word? Shaft right here. Or is it not this one? Ah, it is this one. It's actually quite fascinating how apparently Gordon is so skilled at manipulating physics that he can climb ladders without using his hands. Like he's holding the pistol with two hands and climbing the ladder all at the same time. It's pretty impressive, I must say.
Power 15%.
Now, there's a pretty brilliant piece of music that plays as you descend on this elevator here. In fact, I actually love all of the music in this mod. There are a lot of very cool pieces in it, so I'm going to just shut up as it plays and let you enjoy that in its full glory. Although I must say, the whole descent is pretty difficult as it is, because it literally rains headcrabs down on you, and on hard difficulty they actually take a lot of your health, but I'll try my best not to die.
Lacerations detected.
I'm pretty sure they actually changed the music that played during this, because I remember a different theme. This wasn't as cool. Maybe it will play at some different point. Like, I for sure, I remember a different one that was a little louder and a little more energetic, but it was still like somber and pretty dark. I'll try to look for it and put the link in the description, because I actually have a playlist of the mod version of this game that I played last year, so I'm probably just going to link to that for comparison's sake. I'm a little bit disappointed because I was looking forward to that piece of music, but maybe I'm misremembering something, or maybe it did change in the retail version.
Power 15%.
But all things considered, I think I did quite well fighting the Headcrabs. So I'm rather proud of that. What I'm not certain of is, did I accidentally skip this part over here by not exiting earlier? Although maybe there's a way to get back there. I don't really remember the full details of how the layout of the level goes. Yeah, I think I blew it actually. So you can't open this. And it's bad because I think there's some health and HIV suit energy up there. Yeah, that's my fault, because I should have exited right there instead of going all the way down. Oh well, it's not that big of a deal, but still, I'm a little bit annoyed because I just like exploring everything. Is there anything? Nope. Yeah, I missed that location entirely, I think. As I said, it was nothing mind-blowing, but still, I'm a little bit sad about it. Now, as you can see, the bull squids actually treat headcrabs as natural enemies, and might use this situation to take care of it, because the bull squid is one of the most dangerous enemies early on. It packs a huge punch and can take a lot of damage, so it's wise to kill it quickly.
Power 30%.
I think I need to go somewhere to the side. I think over there. Yeah. Swimming strictly forbidden, and I've just done that. think there's anything here. Nope. Oh yeah, this is a pretty annoying section, because it's actually a platforming section, which I'm pretty bad at. I thought there was a way to get inside here, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I fully expect to die at least a couple times here, so bear with me as I try to navigate this. Anything interesting there? Theoretically okay, that's where I came from. It would be, yeah, I went up this ladder. It would be pretty stupid if I wasted time trying to get to where I came from originally. Okay. I'm doing quite well, all things considered, I think. Okay, I don't want to jinx it, so I'm not going to say anything yet. Whoa! Okay, I'm actually rather proud of myself that I managed to get through it. What if you had an eye emergency? Keep emergency station free of hazard. Okay, not quite sure what's that about, but... yeah, I'm quite proud of myself that I managed to get through it without dying. Actually, I haven't died once yet in the game. Well, apart from the intro, but then I was, you know, doing it on purpose to showcase an actual feature. Correct pickup, avoid hernia. That's interesting because, well, interesting. Again, it's only interesting to me. But then again, it's me who's playing this game, so it's obvious that I'm going to talk about things that are interesting to me. But the point is, it's something that my dad always reminds me of, because I have a slight disability, and thus crouching in such a way to pick up something is a little bit difficult for me. So usually I just bend over, but as demonstrated on this image, it's actually not the correct way to handle huge weights, because you should, you know, you should keep note of your back while you do that. I even think this is not entirely correct, because you should have your back more straight and just crouch lower to pick up things, I think, because I think the point is not to stress your back too much by hunching over. But that's enough of talking about picking up stuff. Yeah, this is the other side of the chasm I was across originally, I think. Oh, is it? Yeah, I think it is, but I missed a... Frick. That's kind of annoying. I missed a health kit out there, but I'm not going to go back. That would be pretty silly. All things considered. I'm not doing bad health-wise anyway. I'm just checking if there's something up here, but apparently not. Okay, so this will be the end of the chapter, actually. Yeah, it's chapter 3. Well, I think technically it's chapter 4 of Ace Complex. Because 1, it was Inbound, 2nd was Anomalous Materials, 3rd was Unforeseen Consequences, and now it's Office Complex.
Who's there?
Now, it's something that always bugged me about the Barnacles. I never understood, and in fact I still don't understand, how is it possible that a barnacle eats an entire person in one bite? Like, it literally shouldn't be able for a human to fit inside a barnacle, because as I will demonstrate in just a second, it's actually pretty small. And as you can see, this is literally the extent of it, you know. Here's the ceiling, and it's like from here to here. So where does it fit an entire human that it has devoured in one bite? That's my question.
Oh, Gordon. If I had known it was you, I would have let you in. Everybody's heading for the surface, but I think they're crazy. If we stay put, someone is bound to come and rescue us. Right?
Surely you must have an extra clip somewhere in that suit of yours.
I urge you to reconsider. There's plenty of sustenance, beverages, and scintillating conversation right here.
You go on ahead. I'll catch up. I'll stay here.
Okay, what kind of books are they reading? Lab activity report, advanced math, formulas, and Apple something. It's difficult to read when they are sideways. Great unanswered questions. Formulas and application. That's what it said. The Big Book of Scientists. Look at human-computer interaction. A personal diary, 2000-2011. Oh, that's a long-running diary. Although I'm actually writing a diary, and it has been almost as much, because I've started in late 2013, so it's already almost 7 years. Okay, let me disable the power, because I need to do that to allow me to cross through the electrified water right here. Now, another curious detail: if you break, I think you have to break a soda machine that's working, and it spills some cans at you. So I'm going to do that the next time I find one.
causing significant damage and failure to various power and communication systems in the surrounding areas. An immediate evacuation order has been issued for all residents within a 75-mile radius of the facility. And on-site military has been dispatched to provide assistance. Make sure to bring an emergency supply of food, water, clothing, first aid kit, flashlights with extra batteries, and battery-powered radios. Follow local evacuation routes, which have been marked by local authorities, and only use one vehicle. Do not return to the warning area until the all clear has been given. If you are not in the evacuation zone, stay where you are. If you are within the evacuation area and have no transportation, locate your nearest police department or military officer. Do not use telephones or cell phones, except in the case of emergencies. Stay tuned to local news media outlets for further details and information on this situation.
I'm actually not sure if this emergency broadcast existed in the mod version. Freak. Okay, that was a great way to lose health.
Medical systems engaged. Morphine administered.
So maybe the possibility to break the soda machines actually doesn't exist in the mod? That would be a bit of a disappointment, because in the original, if you hit a soda machine, it broke open and spilled the contents. Actually, there's another piece to showcase here. If you light a zombie on fire in this level, it's going to enable the sprinklers, I think, yeah. Damn it, I lost a lot of health for nothing, pretty much. Still can't read that, unfortunately. Okay, you know what? It's actually a decent enough place to end the episode, although I'm still salty about all that lost health, but I'm not going to reload. I'm going to persevere despite it. So I guess that's all for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!